We are back for part 2 of a podcast about Power Rangers. In part 1, we talked about the setup of the show, how each episode is built, and we dove into the first 5 teams of Power Rangers, as well as had some Twitter feedback. And now in part 2, we're just going to jump right into the conversation since this was an unplanned break. Nick and I just pick up with the next Power Ranger team, and we continue going through all of the Power Ranger teams here, and then be sure to tune in for part 3 where we talk about some of our favorite Power Ranger things and our reflections on the 3 Power Ranger theatrically released Power Rangers movies. So in 1999, we break out into the single season arcs of Power Rangers, starting with Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. The governments of the Earth decide to send out an experimental space colony, Terra Venture, on which Leo Corbett stows away to join his brother Mike on the journey to find new planets. When it encounters a wormhole on the moon, Leo, Mike, Kai-Chen, and Kendrix Morgan go through it and encounter Maya and her planet Miranoi, which is under attack from Scorpius and his minions led by Trakina. After Leo, Mike, and Kendrix are stranded, Kai commandeers the Astro Megaship along with its mechanic Damon Henderson to save them. Who writes these synopses?
Nerds.
Come on, Wikipedia guys, you got to step your game up.
Nerds.
Mike, Kai, Damon, Maya, and Kendrix are chosen by the Quasar Sabres to fight Scorpius, but Mike seemingly falls to his death, leaving Leo to act as the leader of the Galaxy Rangers in his stead back on Terra Venture. Mike later returns after it's revealed the Magna Defender has been using his body as a vessel to fight Scorpius' monsters, along with the Galaxy Rangers. Mid-season, DVO revives the Psycho Rangers and the Space Rangers come to help. Kendrix ultimately dies while saving the Pink Space Ranger. They're just spoilers all over the place. Cassie
Seriously?
and is replaced by Carone. They must later fight Captain Mutiny and his space pirates after they are transported to the Lost Galaxy. Whew!
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So this is just more space. Space is big in the late 90s.
It is, and this one was like kind of a more in depth. Like it took itself more seriously this season for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
So the team members are Leo Corbett, the Red Ranger. Magna Talon is his weapon. Kai-Chen, the Blue Ranger with the Cosma Claw. Damon Henderson, Green Ranger with the Trans Blaster. Maya, no last name. Yellow Ranger with Delta Daggers. Kendrix Morgan. Yellow Ranger always has daggers for some reason. Not sure why.
Me either.
Kendrix Morgan, the Pink Ranger. I made a mistake there. They should have the beta. She should have the beta bow, and then Astronema Carone takes over as the Pink Ranger with the beta bow. And then Mike Corbett is the Magna Defender, and he wields the Magna Sword and Magna Blaster.
Dude.
So they had a couple different Zord setups. They had the Galactabeasts with the Red Lion, Green Condor, Blue Gorilla, Yellow Wolf, Pink Wildcat, the Lights of Orion, the Toro Zord, and the Mega Defender. They also had the Centaurus Zords, which were like cars, basically. They were just called C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. And the Stratoforce Zords, which were spaceships, and they were just S1, S2, S3, S4, S5.
They had all kinds of cool toys.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff to go around the Lost Galaxy.
Plus, they had a dope theme song.
Did they? Let's hear it.
You're not going to get me, dude.
You're going to sing one of them. All right, so they crossed over to the 10th Power, the Power of Pink, 2-episode crossover with the Space Rangers. When DVO revives the evil Psycho Rangers, the Rangers of Power Rangers in Space show up to aid the Galaxy Rangers in destroying them. During this saga, Kendrix, the Pink Ranger, sacrifices herself to protect the Pink Space Ranger and Terra Venture from Psycho Pink. Carone, sister of the Red Space Ranger Andros and former evil princess, is given the powers of the Pink Galaxy Ranger from Kendrick, who appears as a spirit and joins the Rangers in the battle to protect Terra Venture.
No.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So the villains of Lost Galaxy are Trakina, Scorpius, Deviate, Captain Mutiny, and the Swabbies are the cannon fodder goons.
So weird.
All right, we're in the 2000s.
Boom.
I don't have much to say on. I have one team here that I have things to say on because I've only watched one of these series. So
I literally have really not much to say about a good chunk of these.
And it looks like we're getting shorter synopses too, so that'll help for sure.
Let's do it.
All right, Lightspeed Rescue 2000. Carter Grayson, Chad Lee, Joel Rawlings, Kelsey Winslow, and Dana Mitchell are hired by Operation Lightspeed to protect Mariner Bay from a group of evil demons led by Queen Bansheera from taking over the world and fighting as the Lightspeed Rangers. They are later joined by Dana's long-lost brother Ryan, included an American-only 6th Ranger with no Sentai counterpart. That's kind of cool. They just added a fucking guy in there.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this is the one where they were like actual people instead of being, they were like firefighters and stuff.
Yeah, they were teenagers. Yes. So the theme of this are rescue workers and vehicles. So the team members are Carter Grayson. He was the Red Ranger. He was a firefighter, and his weapon was the Rescue Claw. Chad Lee, the Blue Ranger, was a lifeguard. He had a rescue laser. Joel Rawlings, the Green Ranger, he was a stunt pilot and had the Rescue Cutter, which is like a Jaws of Life type weapon. Kelsey Winslow, the Yellow Ranger, she was an extreme sports athlete and used the Rescue Drill. Dana Mitchell was the Pink Ranger. She was a paramedic and used a rescue injector, which I tried to look up and figure out what it is. So like a syringe or something? Like, what's going on there?
A big giant one.
Yeah.
Here's your medicine.
And then Ryan Mitchell later joins them as the Titanium Ranger. He's the American-only 6th Ranger. He apparently returned from the dead. That's his special power. And he has titanium laser /axe.
He was dope. Liked him.
A lot of Zords here, too. They started with the Lightspeed Solar Zords, Red Pyro, Blue Aqua. These all kind of went with their jobs. Red Pyro Zord, Blue Aqua Zord, Green Arrow Zord, Yellow Haz Zord, as in like hazardous materials, the Pink Med Zord, and the Titanium Max Solar Zord. They also had a set of Super Train Zords, which were kind of just train cars. They had Rail Rescue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there.
I had that Megazord.
You did?
Yes.
That was kind of
a cool
like
a giant Megazord.
Yeah, I could see that one being a cool toy to have.
Yeah, sure. It was tight.
And then they had the O Megazords, which are their version of their own spaceships, and those were just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also.
Easy peasy.
So they had a crossover with the Galaxy Rangers called Trakeena's Revenge. Lightspeed Rescue featured a reunion appearance of the characters from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy when the villainess Trakeena comes to Earth to destroy it, and the Lightspeed Rangers team up with the Galaxy Rangers. I like this Wikipedia writer better than the last one.
More concise.
Yeah, a lot more concise. So the villains of this series, Queen Bansheera, Diabolico, it's supposed to be Diabolico. I made a typo there. And Prince Olympius.
You made a fuck up.
Yeah, sorry.
Whoops.
Power Rangers Time Force, 2001. When the mutant Ransik and his daughter Nadira escape custody of the Time Force police in the year 3000 by stealing the very prison that they're being held in, they travel back in time to 2001, but not before seemingly killing the Red Time Force Ranger Alex. His subordinates, Jen Scott, Lucas Kendall, Katie Walker, and Trip, travel back in time to 2001 and seek out Alex's ancestor Wes Collins as his DNA unlocks the Time Force morphers, allowing all of them to become the Time Force Power Rangers to recapture the mutants Ransik uses to thwart them and stop the Biolab who ended up creating him. Jesus, that's a run-on sentence. They are ultimately joined by Eric Myers, who used the Quantum Morpher and the Q-Rex to fight.
I watched that season. It was super forgettable. It was very forgettable.
They had a movie planned, but it was abandoned after how much of a flop Turbo was. Good call. And then Disney actually released the final 4 episodes as a single feature-length movie instead at some point.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So we will not be discussing that one in the movies section because I didn't know it existed until yesterday.
Thank God.
The theme of this... Nope, me neither. The theme of this one was time-traveling police. Time cops, basically. And the team... members were Wes Collins, Red Ranger, used the Vector Blasters and Chrono Sabers. Jen Scott's Pink Ranger, Vector Blaster. Oh, they all just had Vector Blasters and Chrono Sabers. Trip Regis was the Green Ranger. Katie Walker, Yellow Ranger. Lucas Kendall, Blue Ranger. And then Eric Myers was the Quantum Ranger, and his weapon was the Quantum Defender, which had like a blaster and a sword mode.
Yeah, it was basically just a multi-tool.
Yeah, they went easy that way. Zords, same kind of thing. They've got the Time Flyer Zords, which are just jets, and they're just Time Flyer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except you get the Quantosaurus Rex, the Titanium Zord.
That is the coolest Zord on Earth.
You think it's the coolest? I have written, this is the goofiest dinosaur I've ever seen, and it's even goofier when it mashes up with the Time Flyers.
It is, but the name, bro,
Yeah, it's a good name, but it is a not good looking Zord. Seriously, look at a picture of the Quantosaurus Rex.
I'm on it.
Do it right now. I will not wait.
I am already doing it.
I gotta look at it again because I want to see it. It's not good. It's not good.
Quantosaurus Rex.
Very, very goofy.
I love it. I love it.
You're wrong. So, they cross over with the Lightspeed Rangers in the episode Time for Lightspeed when Vipra returns from the grave and joins forces with Ransik in an attempt to summon a super demon to destroy the Power Rangers. The Lightspeed Rescue Rangers are called out of retirement by their leader Carter to team up with the Time Force Rangers. So most of the crossovers, I've realized, are just they team up with the team that was directly before them.
Yeah, and they go for a party.
Before they get too fat and slow.
Pretty much.
So the villains were Ransik and Nadira from Time Force. Now we move on to Wild Force. So Jungle Man, Cole Evans, Air Force pilot Taylor Earhart, would-be pro bowler Max Cooper. You got to go after those bowling skills.
Would be.
Florist Danny Delgado and martial artist Elisa Enrile are chosen by Princess Shayla of the floating island Animaria to be the Wild Force Power Rangers to fight the evil orgs. Sorry. They are later joined by Merrick Balaton, one of the original Wild Force Power Rangers who used the forbidden power to defeat the Master Org 3,000 years ago in the past after he is freed from the power in the present. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a mindfuck. It's a bit odd.
So the theme here is jungle animals, and I've noticed as going through all these, you get animals, vehicles,
Ninjas.
dinosaurs, and ninjas. Those are your themes, always.
That's pretty much it.
So the team members are Cole Evans, Red Lion, and his weapon is the Red Lion Fang, and the Falconator. That's a badass name for a weapon.
No. You're the
Falconator! Taylor Earhart is the Yellow Eagle, and he has the Golden Eagle Sword and the Armadillo Puck, which is like a hockey puck with a armadillo style. Max Cooper is the Blue Shark, which I'm not sure how a shark is a jungle animal, but let's just breeze past that. He has the Blue Shark fighting fins and the Sword of Pardolis. Alyssa Enrile is the White Tiger Ranger. She has a tiger baton and the Deer Clutcher. Danny Delgado is the Black Bison Ranger, and he has the Black Bison axe and a rhino shooter. And then we're joined by Merrick Balaton, the Lunar Wolf. And his weapon is the Lunar Q, and I took the description of the Lunar Q straight from Wikipedia because I just got to read it so everyone else knows how wild this is, all right?
Hit me.
The Lunar Wolf Ranger's personal weapon capable of switching between saber mode, sniper mode, and break mode. With it, Merrick can perform the Full Moon Slash, where he charges it up with a blue energy from the moon he generates behind him and slashes it into the monster to devastate opponents. Its finishing attack is the Laser Pool, where he swings his Lunar Q horizontally, generating a massive green energy pool table that seals around the monster's waist and traps them in place. He would then place his animal crystals on the table and shove them forward with his Lunar Q, slamming into the monster, obliterating them. This was strong enough to defeat the Quadra Org and the Toy Org with one hit. He could also use this technique to summon his Wild Zords by shoving them into the sky to form one of the Wild Force symbol, which would make them come to him. So his super attack was playing pool?
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. For a 3,000-year-old in the past type individual, that is the dumbest shit
were they playing pool 3,000 years ago?
I guess. Apparently. Fuck.
I might have to go check out a couple episodes of Wild Force just to see that in action. Because I can't believe, I just read it.
I'm sure it's on YouTube. Look at this dumbass shit.
Yeah. So the Zords, we got the Wild Force Zords, which Red Lion, Blue Shark, Black Bison, Yellow Eagle, White Tiger, White Elephant. Pretty simple.
A lot of white in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's White Tiger and the White Elephant. I guess the elephant was more the titanium one, I think. Then the Isis Zords come along. You got the Red Falcon, Blue Giraffe, Black Rhino, Black Armadillo, and the White Deer. And then you have the Animus, which is an ancient Megazord, ancestor of the Wild Force Megazord, which you get a Black Lion, a Blue Condor, a Saw Shark, Brown Buffalo, and a Yellow Jaguar.
Those are all cool.
There's also a green gorilla, which belonged to the Red Ranger, and a black bear, which belonged to the Yellow Ranger, and a polar bear, which belonged to the Yellow Ranger, as well as the Soul Bird.
That all makes perfect sense.
Yep.
100%.
Moving on. Crossovers. We got a couple of crossovers in Wild Force. The first is reinforcements from the future with the Time Force Rangers. Part 1, the arrival of 3 mutant/org hybrids from the year 3001 crosses the paths of the Wild Force Rangers with Wes and Eric, who must contact their Time Force Ranger teammates for assistance. And then in Part 2, the 5 Time Force Rangers are finally reunited in 2002 and gain a most unexpected ally in the form of their former enemies, Ransik and Nadira. What dark secret of this past concerning the Mute-Orgs is the key to stopping the monsters? It'll take 12 Rangers to stop the Orgs from spreading pollution by destroying the power plant.
That is so dumb. Don't spread pollution.
Yeah, so there's another crossover, and this was actually a cool one, and I watched this one. It's called Forever Red. This was a special episode commemorating it as the 10th incarnation. This is the 10th run of Power Rangers. And it's called Forever Red. They had Cole, this version's Red Ranger, team up with 9 other Red Rangers before him: Jason Scott, Orico, Tommy Oliver, TJ Johnson, Andros, Leo Corbett, Carter Grayson, Wes Collins, and Eric Myers to prevent the remaining generals of the Machine Empire from unearthing and reactivating Lord Zed Zord Serpentera, which had been left buried on the moon. It was cool to watch this and see all of the Rangers from the different teams working together and how they kind of made them all go together. Tommy is obviously the one that's bringing the team together and led the team, but it was just kind of cool to see all the guys together from these different eras and, going together. So those were the ones that I tried to focus on, where it had all these Rangers from different eras coming together to fight something.
Well, those are always the funnest ones, especially the Red Ranger, because that's kind of iconic. I mean, that's super iconic, if not kind of.
Well, and Jason and Tommy, man, they had some issues sometimes. So bringing them back together is important.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta make up. They gotta be friends.
Exactly. They didn't bring Rocky in, though. Poor
Fuck Rocky.
He was only Red Ranger for like half a season, so I don't know that it counts that much.
He was a douche.
I didn't like Jason. Jason was more of a douche to me. Jason had the Cyclops syndrome of and the Leonardo syndrome of, you're the leader of the team, so you're always telling everyone what to do, so you look like a douche. Yes. But really you're just being responsible.
You nailed that on the head.
Yeah.
Both show.
So the villains for Wild Force were the Master Org, Toxica, Jindrax, and then the Orgs are their little goons, and then the Machine Empire for Forever Red.
Love the Machine Empire.
Yeah, the Machine Empire is good. If you haven't seen Forever Red, go watch Forever Red, because it's a really cool. I think it's only one episode, and you get some good Machine Empire, and you get some good Tommy Oliver in it.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So Power Rangers Ninja Storm 2003. Shane Clark, Tori Hansen, and Dustin Brooks are bumbling students of Kanoe Watanabe's Wind Ninja Academy. But when Lothar kidnaps the other students, they are all that remain to protect the Earth from Lothar's evil space ninjas as the Wind Rangers. They're also joined in battle by adopted brothers Hunter and Blake Bradley of the rival Thunder Ninja Academy as the Thunder Rangers, and Kanoe's son Cam as the Samurai Ranger.
Love that season. That was like my last season I watched.
This was the first season to be filmed in New Zealand.
That makes total sense.
Yep. So the theme of this one, ninjas again. We got team members. Shane Clark is the Red Wind Ranger, and he was the Hawk Blaster. Tori Hansen, Blue Wind Ranger, has the Sonic Fin. Dustin Brooks, Yellow Wind Ranger with the Lion Hammer. Hunter Bradley is the Crimson Thunder Ranger. He has a Crimson Blaster. Blake Bradley is the Navy Thunder Ranger with a Navy Antler. And Cam Watanabe is the Green Samurai, and he has a Samurai Saber.
It's a big-ass fucking sword.
Yeah. So
if you were wondering.
Yeah, obviously. It's a Samurai Saber, man.
Saber? I mean, something. If
Dunder
visualize,
Saber?
Yeah, in Sabre.
So they have the Storm Zords, which are the Red Hawk Zord, the Yellow Lion Zord, and the Blue Dolphin Zord. Again, don't know what dolphins have to do with ninjas, but whatever. And then the Thunder Zords of the Crimson Insectazord and the Navy Beetle Zord.
I thought those were tight.
Yeah, but the red guy gets a hawk and I get a fucking insect? Come on now.
Dude, beetles are dope. I mean, I was all about... I mean, my favorite Pokemon was a beetle. Heracross, let's go.
I don't have a favorite Pokemon. That's all.
I was going to say, that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah. They didn't have any crossovers this season, and the villains were Lothar, Mara, and Capri. Capri, maybe. I don't know.
Low level villains. I felt like they were never really all that great.
Well, it seemed like they had to deal with the Thunder Rangers for a little while there as the kind of rivals, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely, 100%.
So next we move into Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and this became one of my favorite seasons when I was going through this rewatch. I had never seen it before. From 2004. When the evil Mesogog appears to bring the Earth back to the Mesozoic age, Dr. Tommy Oliver of Reeside reluctantly enlists his students Connor McKnight, Ethan James, and Kira Ford to battle him as the Dino Rangers. Tommy later joins them as a Ranger once more, as well as Trent Fernandez Mercer, adopted son of Tommy's once colleague Dr. Anton Mercer, who is Mesogog's alter ego. This is a really, really good series.
No shit, I might have to check it out then.
So, one of the team-ups, not Forever Red, it's the next team-up I'm going to talk about that I watched. The Yellow Ranger was in it, and the morphing sequence was so cool that like I wanted to see more, so I went to YouTube and I watched basically a video. It's like a 15-minute video of every morphing sequence.
I watched the same shit, dude. Watch the same shit.
It's really cool.
It is, man. I watched the entire thing.
So as I'm watching that, I realized Tommy is in Dino Thunder. So I'm like, okay, I want to go back. Why is Tommy there? Like, let me go see what's going on there. And actually, with the morphing sequence, one of the first times that they all morph, the monster that they're fighting, he like makes a joke about how long the morphing sequence takes because it's really long, but it looks really fucking cool.
Nice.
So I realized Tommy's in it as a mentor, so I was just going to kind of watch the multi-part episodes like I did with the other series, but I was missing too much in between them. Like I didn't understand where the story got from point A to point B, because at some point they went from like 45 episodes per season to like the more universal 22-ish episodes. So it seems like the fewer episodes were packed with more plot. And I just got totally intrigued by what was going on with the Silver Ranger, Trent. He has become one of my favorites, and we'll talk more on him later. But it's just this really compelling plot, and there are a lot of there's a lot of like interconnectivity between the Rangers and the villains and Trent, the Silver Ranger. So it's just really cool. But there are really some rough American accents that are randomly dropped in and out of by the New Zealander actors.
Yeah.
Really, really rough American accents.
Dude, I can't wait. I always thought their Zords were dope.
Yeah,
and that was
so
the first time
they're
really
dinosaurs
brought that
again.
back. Yeah.
So the team members are Connor McKnight, the Red Ranger. He also has super speed and a Tyranno staff. Ethan James, the Blue Ranger, has invulnerable skin plus the Tricera shield. So they all have like a dino power as part of their power up. Kira Ford, the Yellow Ranger. She has a super scream, kind of like Canary, and her weapon is the Terra Grips. And there's Dr. Tommy Oliver, the Black Ranger. His power is invisibility, and he has the Brachio staff. And then Trent Fernandez is the White Ranger, and he can camouflage, which really it's just invisibility too. And his weapon is the Drago Sword.
Drago Sword.
But the Zord setup, as you alluded to, for Dino Thunder, it's kind of weird. They all have their own Zords, but then there are a bunch of like support Zords that anyone can kind of take control of and use as weapons. So there's like 12 Zords running around.
There's a shit ton, and the weird combinations too.
Yep, very weird. But the red Tyrannosaurd, blue Tricerazord, yellow Pterazord, white Dragozord, and black Brachiosaur are the main ones. And then they've got support ones, the Stegozord, the Cephalozord, the Dimetrozord, the Parasaurazord, and the Ankylozord.
So it's like if they wanted to fly, they'd be like, "Yeah, we got this guy."
Yeah, or like the Dimetrozord like can be turned into like this fan type weapon kind of thing. Yeah. So all the support ones, like they can kind of rampage, or you can use them as a weapon. But like the way they worked is they didn't belong to any one ranger. You had to like link up your morpher with the ranger and form like a mental bond with the Zord. It was kind of weird.
It sounds fucking weird, but it's dinosaur shit, so.
Yeah. So they did have a crossover with the Ninja Storm Rangers in the episode Thunderstorm, which in the first episode, Kira meets a cute guy who introduces himself as Blake and invites her to watch him race. Lothar frees himself and casts a spell on the Ninja Storm Wind Rangers to make them evil and help him imprison the students at their school. Cam is horrified when he realizes what happened and calls up a few old friends. Connor, Ethan, and Kira are stunned at the thought of fighting other Rangers and find themselves evenly matched. Part 2, Cam hatches a plan to help Shane, Dustin, and Tori, but it won't be easy. Hunter and Blake reluctantly assist him and are almost overwhelmed. The Rangers must team up to take on Mesogog's and Lothar's armies when they unite against them.
Dude,
So,
I'm pumped. I want to see this shit.
yeah, it's really good. And the villains are Mesogog / Anton Mercer, Elsa / Principal Randall. So one of the villains works as the principal at their school, and for some reason can't catch these guys.
Scooby-Doo shit.
Yeah, Zeltrax and the White Ranger clone. So they had to create a clone storyline in this because there was too much Sentai footage of the Rangers fighting the White Ranger because he was the main antagonist of the Sentai series.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of like moving parts going on here. It's really intriguing to watch, and like you kind of get into it.
I'm there. It sounds like they're kind of reaching a point where it just became too much of a struggle, so they were like, yeah, we'll just invent this shit and make it a little bit easier to string it together.
So, 2005, Power Rangers SPD. In the year 2025, the Space Patrol Delta Police Force protects the galaxy from the Trubian Empire's forces when their A Squad of Power Rangers fall in battle. The B Squad members, Sky Tate, Bridge Carson, Sid Drew, are joined by rookies Jack Landors and Z Delgado under the direction of Commander Anubis Kruger to be the SPD Power Rangers. They are later joined by Sam, a young boy they save from the Trubian Empire, who in the future becomes the Omega Ranger, as well as Commander Kruger as the Shadow Ranger, and technical expert Dr. Cat Manx as the Cat Ranger.
Dude. Kruger. Dude's my guy.
So the theme is Space Police. Team members are Jack Landers, the Red Ranger. He's the Delta Blaster and the Delta Max Striker. They all have Delta Blasters and Delta Max Strikers, which is like a taser, so I'm not going to do that for everyone.
Nice.
Blue Ranger is Sky Tate. Bridge Carson is the Green Ranger. Z Delgado is the Yellow Ranger. Sid Drew is the Pink Ranger. Doggy Kruger is the Shadow Ranger. Sam is the Omega Ranger. Cat Manx is the Cat Ranger, which she's kind of like orange-black.
She is weird, man. It's like weird.
She's in. I have a Power Rangers fighting game on Switch that is. It's called Battle for the Grid. It's a pretty good game. She's in that, and yeah, she seems weird. The brief like time that you can play with her as in a fighting game, you know.
Sounds about right.
And then there's the Nova Ranger. And then they have two sets of Zords: the Delta Runner Zords, which are cars and trucks, and the SWAT Zords, which are like flying jets.
They got spoiled, especially with like two teams and just so much going on in SPD.
So then they did a crossover with Dino Thunder. The two episodes are called History and Wormhole. In History, Broodwing brings the Dino Rangers to the year 2025 to destroy the world. Fortunately, they managed to escape and grab the Dino Gems and joined with the SPD Rangers with revived powers to take on Grom and his army of Crybots. In Wormhole, Grom has entered the wormhole and time traveled to the past in an attempt to conquer the Earth. Jack, Bridge, and Z follow him to where they once again team up with Dino Rangers in a greater battle. In the end, Grom knew that if he stayed in this time, he would have to reconquer all of the other planets. SPD wiped their memory clean of the entire ordeal so it would not interfere with their time stream. Good for you guys. Save the time stream. It's always important.
Space Cops.
Space Time Cops.
There you go. That sounds like a weird paradox.
The villains are Emperor Grum, Mora, Morgana, the Crybots, and Omni the Magnificent. Sometimes on these villains, I just wrote the ones with cool names.
I like the cool names.
Omni the Magnificent is a great name.
That is. That'd be a great magician.
Power Rangers Mystic Force, 2006. The sorceress Udana enlists the help of Chip Thorne, the Raka sisters Madison and Vita, Xander Bly, and the new guy in town, Nick Russell, to become the Mystic Force Power Rangers to protect Briarwood and its nearby magical forest from the evil forces of Mordecon. Plans on taking over both the magical and human worlds. They are eventually joined by Udana's old friend Daggeron and his genie Genji, and Udana and her long-lost husband Leanbow, who has been trapped as evil Korag since falling in battle 20 years prior.
Weird time travel shit.
Yeah,
Again.
The theme of this one, best I could manage, was wizards.
Magic.
Like ninja wizards magic. Yeah. 2006, Harry Potter's at an all-time high. Let's get on this wizard action.
We needed some magic and some ninjas.
Yeah. So the team members were Bowen Russell, the Red Ranger. He had the magic sword. V. Raka, the Pink Ranger, did not have a weapon apparently. Xander Bly, the Green Ranger, had the magic axe and mystic muscles. Maddie Raka, the Blue Ranger, also no weapon. Chip Thorne, the Yellow Ranger, had the magic crossbow. Daggeron, the Solaris Knight, had the magic laser lamp, which is just like a fucking genie lamp.
That is such bullshit.
Don't know how that's a weapon.
Get out of here with that.
Udana, the White Ranger, has a snow staff. She's also in that Battle for the Grid game, and she's like top-notch OP, can't be beat. And then Limbo, the Wolf Warrior, has the Mystic Sword.
Well, he's going to be the beast. He's
Yeah.
got a sword.
The Zords, they went easy on Zords. So they've got the Mystic Titan Zords. They got the Red Phoenix, and then the Yellow Garuda, Blue Mermaid, Pink Sprite, and Green Minotaur.
What's a Garuda?
I looked it up. It's something weird. It's
Figure
like
it
a
out
humanoid
yourself.
thing. Yeah. We're trying to get through this, man. We don't need a 4-hour podcast on Power Rangers.
That's
Do
good.
we?
It's
I
getting
guess
there.
we could. It may end up split into 3 parts, to be honest.
Oh, God.
So the villains and henchmen were Mordecon and Korag.
I remember Korag.
I don't at all.
Just very briefly.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Korg?
I might be.
No, Korg's from Avengers.
I do. He's from Thor Ragnarok, sir.
Yes. Well, and Avengers Endgame, sir.
More prevalently, Thor Ragnarok, but
All
continue.
right, so Power Rangers Operation Overdrive 2007. A wealthy adventurer, Andrew Hartford, tasked Will Aston, Dax Lowe, Ronnie Robinson, Rose Ortiz, and reluctantly his own son Mac to act as the Overdrive Rangers, searching for the jewels of the Corona Aurora before either Flurious or Moltar, and later Camdor and the Fear Cats can. They are later joined by Tyzon, member of a search and rescue team from the planet Mercuria, who has a past with the Fear Cats. I watched the crossover from this series, and the crossover was pretty good, but the parts that focused on the Overdrive Rangers looked really awful, and like that this is probably not a good series.
I actually heard this was supposed to be one of the better series.
I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I only watched the crossover, and like I did not feel for the Overdrive people at all.
Yeah, that's fair. It is 2007.
Yeah.
It's like the
So
year
their
of
theme
not
were
feeling anything.
like heavy construction vehicles, pretty much. And the team members are Mac Hartford, the Red Ranger with the Drive Lance, Ronnie Robinson, Yellow Ranger with his Drive Claw, Will Aston, Black Ranger, Drive Slammer. I wonder if that's like a Pogs Slammer.
Drive Slammer.
Rose Ortiz, she's the Pink Ranger and had the Drive Geyser. Dax Lowe was the Blue Ranger with the Drive Vortex. Tyzon Mercury had the Drive Detector, and then the Sentinel Knight also joined them. Like, it's hard to read these with a straight face sometimes.
The Drive Geyser. Drive Geyser, go!
So they drove the Drive Max Zords, which were the red dump driver, the black speed driver, blue gyro driver, yellow dozer driver, and the pink sub driver. And then later they had the dual drive Zords with the yellow drill driver, pink shovel driver, blue cement driver, black crane driver, and that's a crane like a construction crane, not like the bird, and the red Sonic Streaker.
All sound dumb.
Yes. So the crossover for this was called Once a Ranger, and is actually pretty good. This is another one you should definitely go check out. Rita and Zed's son Thrax has come to our world to seek revenge against the Sentinel Knight for imprisoning him in the space dumpster like his mother. As he escapes, Thrax forms an alliance with the Overdrive villains and takes away the current Rangers' powers. The Sentinel Knight reconstitutes 5 veteran Rangers to replace the current team. In the end, the Rangers finally defeat Thrax, and the 4 faction of villains turn on each other and find the Corona before the other one does. While it does not use original Sentai footage, the plot is loosely based on Go-Go Sentai Bokenger first Super Sentai. Sorry, hard to read Japanese words.
Very.
Which was also a special team-up film to commemorate the respective franchise's anniversary. For them, it was the 30th anniversary. For this, I think it was 15. So the legendary Rangers that joined were Adam Park, the Black Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Tori Hansen, the Blue Wind Ninja Storm Ranger, Kira Ford, the Yellow Dino Thunder Ranger, and this is where I saw that morphing sequence and went back and watched all of Dino Thunder, Ridge Carson, the Red SPD Ranger, and Xander Bly, the Green Mystic Force Ranger.
That sounds really fucking cool, actually.
The villains and henchmen who will reappear in Fast and Furious 10, Fasten Your Seatbelts, are Flurious, Moltar, and Camdor.
Fasten your seatbelts.
All right, Power Rangers Jungle Fury 2008. The Pai Zua, or Order of the Claw, has protected the world from evil spirits of Dai Shi for nearly 10,000 years. When Jared, Lily Chillman, and Theo Martin are chosen by Master Mao to guard the container of Daishi's spirit, Jared is deemed unworthy and replaced by rookie or cub member Casey Rhodes. Angered by the slight, Jared attempts to steal Daishi's vessel, only to become possessed by his spirit. Duh. Mao, who falls in battle, and trusts in best student RJ to lead the others as the Jungle Fury Power Rangers to stop Daishi from taking over the world. RJ later joins them in battle, as does Dom Hargan and former Pai Zua student who went to find his path in life. So we got more jungle animals here. Team members Casey Rhodes is the Red Tiger, Red Gorilla. Casey uses the Jungle's Chucks and the Shark Sabers, which this is the first appearance of Nunchucks.
Nice.
Great.
About time.
Theo Martin, the Blue Jaguar / Blue Antelope, uses Jungle Tonfa and the Jungle Fan. Lily Silman, Yellow Cheetah, Yellow Penguin. Good to see a Penguin Ranger.
That is super fucking weird. A yellow penguin, huh?
Has the Jungle Bow Staff and the Jungle Mace. RJ James is the Purple Wolf Ranger. Dom Hargan comes on as the White Rhino Ranger, and he has the Control Dagger. Master Fant is the Elephant Spirit and uses the Jungle Mace. Master Swoop is the Bat Spirit and uses the Jungle Fan. And Master Finn is the Shark Spirit and uses Shark Sabers.
Spirit Rangers are kind of tight.
I don't know what they are. I've got to look into that.
Get it.
Okay. So the Zords, we got the Jungle Pride Zords. You got your Red Tiger, Yellow Cheetah, Blue Jaguar, the Green / Yellow Elephant, the Blue Bat, the Red Shark, the Purple Wolf, and White Rhino. And then there's also the Jungle Master Zords, where you've got the Red Gorilla, the Yellow Penguin, which is kind of cool because it looks like a penguin on a surfboard, and honestly, it's probably the coolest Zord ever.
Yes.
I kind of want to just go and watch an episode to see what it looks like in action.
Go get that Zord, dude. I bet you can find it online.
That's probably true. And then there's Blue Antelope. No crossovers. The villains was Daishi was the main villain, and then there's a villain called Hwiger, which like can we put that on a TV show?
Hwiger?
Whigger. Maybe Wigger? Not really sure.
Hwiger. I like that better.
All right, so let's move on to Power Rangers RPM 2009. A malicious and rapidly evolving computer virus known as Venjix has ravaged the Earth, leaving the surviving members of humanity to huddle for safety in the force field protected city of Corinth. To stop Venjix's attacks, led by his humanoid warrior Tenaya, the mysterious Dr. K and Scott Truman, Flynn McAllister, Summer Lansdowne, and reluctantly Ziggy Grover, and the apparent cyborg Dylan as the RPM Ranger operators. They are later joined by Jem and Gemma, Dr. K's old friends, who were presumed dead during Vengeance's attack. This one...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
This one was fucking dark. Everything I read about it was dark as fuck.
Well, they throw everything at this one. They've got animals, dinosaurs, cars, and jets in this one.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like the American military.
Yeah. Wow, topical. Good one. So the Rangers are Scott Truman, Red Ranger with his Street Saber, Flynn McAllister, Blue Ranger with a Turbo Cannon, Summer Lansdowne, Yellow Ranger with a Zip Charger, Ziggy Grover, Green Ranger with a Turbo Axe, Dylan, no last name, as the Black Ranger with a Rocket Blaster, Jem is the Gold Ranger, and Gemma is the Silver Ranger.
Dumb.
So they've got a couple ways of Zords. They've got the Paleo Zords, which are just like dinosaur train cards, and they only belong to the Red Ranger. Kind of weird looking. They're just like train cars with dinosaur heads.
They have a lot of weird shit. It's Power Rangers.
And then we've got the Sky Rev Zords, where you get more basic or more recognizable Zords. You have the Red Eagle Racer, the Blue Lion Hauler, the Yellow Bear Crawler, the Green Tail Spinner, the Black Wolf Cruiser, the Red Croc Carrier, the Gold Falcon Chopper, the Silver Tiger Jet, and the Blue Whale Jumbo Jet.
Those all sound more realistic.
Yeah. No crossovers to speak of. And then for villains, we have Venjix, Fresno Bob, General Shifter, and General Crunch.
Fresno Bob, my dude.
Great villain name there.
Seriously, he just sounds like he should be in Twisted Metal.
Yes, he does. So in 2010, we have a rebroadcast of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original 32 episodes of the first season, with the update of the opening sequence and some of the visual effects added to the original episodes. That was all that happened in 2010. We don't have to talk about that.
Fair enough.
Then 2011 starts the 2-season arc, so we should be able to get through these a little faster. Power Rangers Samurai / Super Samurai in 2011-2012. And the 2-season arcs, most of them were like they were one thing, and then second season they were super that thing.
Yeah, they were, or Mega, or, you know, one of those two.
So in Samurai Super Samurai, in order to prevent Master Xandred's Nylok forces from taking over the Earth, Mentor G of the Shiba House trains Jaden, Kevin, Mia, Mike, and Emily in the ways of the samurai to fight as a Samurai Power Ranger. They are later joined by Jaden's childhood friend Antonio as the Gold Ranger, who is instrumental in unlocking the group's Super Mode. The theme here is Samurai, and the team members are Jaden Shiba, the Red Ranger, uses the Fire Smasher. Mia Watanabe is the Pink Ranger with a Sky Fan. Mike Fernandez is the Green Ranger with the Forest Spear. Kevin Douglas is the Blue Ranger with the Hydro Bow. Now, did you hear all those names I just said?
I did.
Jaden Shiba, Mia Watanabe, Mike Fernandez, Kevin fucking Douglas. Can you imagine being Kevin Douglas on this super diverse sounding team? Like, we've got a Shiba, Watanabe, Fernandez, and oh yeah, Kevin's here too. My dude Kevin.
Kevin Douglas.
Have you ever heard of a whiter name than Kevin Douglas?
I have. Theodore Geronimo. I don't know. Theodore Douglas. Theodore Douglas is even. Theodore anything is a whiter name.
I got a cherry on top of that. The actor's name is Najee DeTiege. He's a black guy, apparently, from what I could tell.
Are you fucking serious?
But they gave this dude the most white name that I've ever heard in my life.
That is so bogus. The racism continues.
Mike Fernandez and Mia Watanabe's and Jaden Shiba's. Like,
that is so terrible.
Why is Kevin fucking Douglas on this team? But wait. And Emily Stewart.
But wait.
Emily Stewart, the Yellow Ranger. Another very white name.
Gotta represent.
She was the Earth Slicer.
Dude, okay, so from what I saw of this series, it looked kind of tight, and the names are dope. The Earth Slicer, that's tight.
Yeah, that's a good name.
I like it.
Then we've got Antonio Garcia as the Gold Ranger with the Barracuda Blade. Lauren Shiba as the Red Ranger with the. She also used the Fire Smasher. She inherits that, and we get a reappearance of Bulk and Skull.
Hell yeah.
So the Zords, they have Samurai Zords, which are also origami animals. They can store, like they can fold them up and store them like in their pocket.
That's fucking dumb. Oh my god.
So we've got the Red Lion Folding Zord, the Blue Dragon Folding Zord, the Pink Turtle Folding Zord, the Green Bear Folding Zord, and the Yellow Ape Folding Zord.
How convenient. Here, let me just take out my Megazord. Oops. Go into the grocery store like trying to pull shit out of your pocket.
So we've got a crossover here with the RPM Rangers called Clash of the Red Rangers. It's a team up between Power Rangers Samurai and RPM. While working together, Red Rangers of both teams come to blows. This is the third time a team-up episode used footage from Super Sentai team-up. This is also the second time the footage from a Super Sentai movie that isn't a team-up is used. There you go.
Oh, nice.
So, for the villains, we've got Master Xandred, Sergeant Tread, General Gut, and Decker. Another, like... We got all these great names, and then fucking Decker.
And then Decker. Okay. That's just your coffee boy. Your coffee bitch.
Go get us some coffee, Decker.
Some alien coffee.
Alright, so then we have Power Rangers Megaforce / Super Megaforce 2013-2014. Season 1, Zordon's protege, Gosai, calls on high school students Troy Burrows, Noah Carver, Jay Calling, Emma Goodall, and Gia Moran to become the Megaforce Power Rangers to battle the invasion of the Warstar Empire. They are later joined by Robo Knight in his fight against the Toxic Mutants. Season 2, with the Warstar Empire's forces increasing their invasion, Gosai gives the Rangers new morphers to assume Super Mega Mode, allowing them to call on the powers of the previous Rangers. They are joined by Orion, a citizen from the planet Andresia. This is actually another really cool series that I watched parts of. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the first and last episodes of both seasons. But I may want to go back for the whole series at some point. Because in the second season, the Rangers get to use these little keys that are basically little Power Ranger action figures to call on the power of any respective legendary Ranger and turn into that Ranger with that power set for a certain period of time. So like the Yellow Ranger can turn into any version of the Yellow Ranger, right?
That is so cheap. Cheat code Fucking
I mean, it's kind of
cheat
cool.
code.
Like, it's cool to see them change and use the different powers, and you get like more Rangers in your action. And with the Sixth Ranger, they don't just follow their color; they can turn into any Sixth Ranger. So it kind of spices it up. You can turn into the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger from Dino Thunder. So you can grab all these different
That is
Sixth
pretty
Rangers
tight.
that came later. You're not bound to whatever your color is.
Yeah, I actually read quite a bit about this series, and it's supposed to be rather decent. One of the better later series.
Yeah, it seemed like it was worth watching. I just didn't have the time to dedicate to it right now. So the theme here is legendary Rangers and also pirates.
Yeah, that's something that
The
I
pirates
didn't
is rough.
understand.
Yeah.
Like, why are their Power Ranger outfits pirates?
I don't know. But the team members are Troy Burrows, the Red Ranger, has a dragon sword. Gia Moran is the Yellow Ranger with the tiger claw. Noah Carver is the Blue Ranger with the shark bowgun. Emma Goodall is the Pink Ranger with the Phoenix shot. Jake Holling is the Black Ranger with the snake axe. Really like axes, I've noticed. Like the axe is a very outdated weapon, but Rangers always got an axe.
Well, what are you gonna have? The 6-shooter?
Yeah, I guess so.
With the
And then-
Thunder Zord 6-shooter?
And then they're joined by Orion, the Silver Ranger, and Robo Knight. So in the first season, they've got the Great Zords. They've got the Red Dragon Mechazord, Pink Phoenix Mechazord, Black Snake Mechazord, Yellow Tiger Mechazord, Blue Shark Mechazord, and Silver Lion Mechazord. They also have Jet Zords. They've got the Red Bird Zord, the Pink Rhino Beetle Zord. And we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. for
No
animals.
fucking shit,
We've got
dude.
a bird and a Rhino Beetle. It picks up a little bit because we got the Black Crocodile Zord, the Yellow Elephant Zord, and the Blue Dolphin Zord. And then in season 2, they get the Q-Rex Zords, and this is where they're like pirate stuff.
Okay, I was gonna say, I've yet to hear anything pirate related.
Yeah. So this is all in Super Mega Force. They've got the red Skyship, which is just a big floating pirate ship. They've got a blue Jet Zord, yellow Wheeler Zord, green Racer Zord, and the pink Sub Zord. And like, I think it's easy to lose the context of why these things should be cool if you're not actually watching the series, because like reading through a lot of these lists, it just all sounds goofy as hell.
I mean, yeah. It is goofy, dude. That's the thing. That's what I love it.
Yeah, but like when you're watching it, it makes sense and it doesn't feel as goofy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You're just
got
like,
a whole
yeah, these
world
guys are
being-
pirates. Obviously, they've got a floating pirate ship.
Duh. That's their one pirate thing.
So this has a epic crossover called Legendary Battle. And if you take nothing else away from listening to us talk for almost 2 hours about all of these things, and then we've got more. So
Yeah,
don't worry.
surprisingly.
This is going to be an almost 3-hour episode broken into however many parts we need to. If you take nothing else away, go watch Legendary Battle, the extended version. It's on Netflix. It's the most ambitious team up, and it's amazing.
Legendary Battle. I'm fucking
Yep.
there.
So Emperor Mavro and what remains of his fleet fought relentlessly against the Power Rangers, who are weakened and have lost their Zords. In a final burst of heroism, they enter the final battle. Unexpectedly, at this moment, every Power Ranger generation in existence arrives to assist them in battle. Through their combined efforts,
shit.
they're able to destroy the Emperor and his fleet to once again save Earth. I mean, spoilers, but really the Power Rangers are going to win. Come on.
That sounds super dope.
It's really great. So the villains of this season are Vrak, Admiral Malcor, Metal Alice, and Prince Vakar. And basically what I could gather from the few episodes I watched is the villains are like an alien race that wants to conquer Earth, obviously, and they brought an entire armada to do it. And they're just destroying the Rangers throughout both seasons until Legendary Battle comes.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what you would have to do. Everyone's always lost. They always get
Yeah.
dope ass Rangers. So I mean, you gotta bring the fucking heat.
This seemed like the most dire situation I've ever seen the Rangers in. Like these 2 seasons.
That's fucking saying something because
Where you're
most
like
of the
really
times it's
thinking of
eh.
like, okay, how are they gonna do this? And I mean, the answer is bring literally every Ranger ever. So obviously,
and pirates. So
well, I mean, they were already pirates, but yeah.
I mean, you gotta. It's the right combination. It's like popcorn and butter.
All right, we got 3 more teams. Let's get through it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Power Rangers Dino Charge / Super Dino Charge 2015-2016. When an intergalactic bounty hunter comes to Earth looking for the Energems, entrusted to an alien who lost them during the asteroid bombardment that resulted in the extinction of dinosaurs, the Dino Charge Power Rangers are formed to find the Energems first. More dinosaurs.
Here we go.
Team members: Tyler Navarro, Red Ranger, T-Rex Smasher. Chase Randall, Black Ranger, Para Chopper. Coda, who is, I learned in a different team up, a fucking caveman. Is the Blue Ranger and uses the Stego shield. I don't know all the mythology behind how he's a caveman, but he was in this other team up that I watched that's in the next series, and yeah, he's a caveman.
Nice.
Riley Griffin is the Green Ranger with a Raptor Claw. Shelby Watkins, Pink Ranger with a Tricera Drill. Sir Ivan of Xandar is the Gold Ranger with a Terra Saber. James Navarro, who is the father of Tyler Navarro, is the Aqua Ranger and has the Ankylo Quake. Prince Philip III, really getting some like great British names here.
Yeah, no
Prince
shit.
Philip III, Sir Ivan of Xandar. Prince Philip is the Graphite Ranger and he has a Royal Dino Punch.
Lame.
Kendall Morgan is the Purple Ranger with no weapon or power that I could find. Sorry, Purple Ranger. And then Xeno Wing is the Silver Ranger and wields the Titano Saber and the Silver Strike. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure this is the most Rangers we've seen on a team.
Yeah, 10.
10 Rangers.
That is too many.
That were all, like, none of them replaced any of the others. Like, I mean, the first run, like, obviously they had, like, 15 guys, but they all were replacing each other. This was, like, 10 of them. Let's bring it.
Yeah. Let's just have a fuckload. We're going all in on the action figure front.
At the same point, they have 10 Zords. We got the red T-Rex, the blue Stegozord, the pink Tricerazord, the black Parazord, green Raptorzord, silver Titanozord, red Spinozord, aqua Ankylozord, graphite Pachysord, and the purple Plesiozord. At least Purple Ranger gets a Zord. No weapon,
Right.
but you can have a Zord.
Well, I mean, he's purple. He's special. I mean, they had to make a special guy.
And these are top-notch villain names here. We got Sledge, we got Snide, we got Fury, we've got Poisandra, and Doomwing.
We got laser and taser and blazer and all kinds of
Aces. All right. Power Rangers Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, 2017-2018. The Power Rangers are protecting an item called the Ninja Nexus Prism from the forces of Galvanax, the champion of the universe's most popular intergalactic game show, who wants the prism, which contains a game show?
Seriously?
Contains 6 magical ninja throwing stars to become invincible. The Rangers must master the arsenal of throwing stars, Zords, and Megazords, all made from the titular legendary Ninja Steel to stop Galvanax's warriors, contestants sent to Earth to retrieve the prism, the steel, and the power stars for him. Theme Ninja, yet again. But Steel
No way.
Ninja.
It's Steel Ninjas, which they didn't have.
So the team members are Brody Romero, the Red Ranger, Preston Tien, Blue Ranger, Calvin Maxwell, Yellow Ranger, Haley Foster, White Ranger, Sarah Thompson, Pink Ranger, and Aiden Romero, Gold Ranger, which he wields the Rockstorm guitar and a burger camera.
What the
I don't know.
fuck?
I didn't look at what the burger camera. There wasn't a link on burger camera to see what it actually was.
That
I'm
I
kind
hope
of
that
upset.
ruined that dude's career. That's gonna suck.
Mick Canick takes over as the Red Ranger at one point, and Dane Romero also takes over as the Red Ranger.
Did you say Mick Canick?
Mick Canick.
My
Yep.
guy. Love it.
So first they start out in the Fusion Zords, which these are like a humanoid animal vehicle kind of Zord. We've got the red Robo Zord, blue Dragon Zord, yellow Nitro Zord, white Kodiak Zord, pink Zoom Zord, gold Robo Rider, gold Ninja Bull, and the red Lion Fire Zord. And then those are later replaced with the Ninja Blaze Zords with the red Falcon, blue Serpent, yellow Tortoise, white Tiger, pink Panda, and gold Piranha.
I call Gold Piranha.
I'm going to go with pink Panda, man.
Or Yellow Turtle.
Tortoise.
Tortoise. You said turtle, sir.
Oh, I did? It's Tortoise. Sorry.
Okay. Yellow Tortoise.
I've been just reading fucking Wikipedia entries for the Power Rangers for the last 2 hours. Nick, what do you expect?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
So this is another great crossover, and this is the one that I watched right before we started recording. It is called Dimensions in Danger, and they cross over with more Legendary Rangers.
Nice.
It's a team-up involving Power Rangers from previous generations assisting the Ninja Steel Rangers in defeating a new foe. The episode commemorates the 25th anniversary of the Power Rangers franchise. That was the whole Wikipedia entry on it. So I watched it, and I have my own description. Basically, the Rangers from different dimensions are disappearing, and it's up to the Ninja Steel Rangers and some other Legendary Rangers to find them and bring them back. the bad guys make a Tommy Oliver Terminator to kidnap the other Rangers because all the Rangers trust Tommy Oliver.
What?
And then from those kidnapped Rangers, they create an army of thousands of Ranger robot clones.
Okay, that sounds tight.
Yep. They want to destroy all of the different Ranger dimensions, which there's at least 3, it seems like. And the Rangers have to travel into the Antiverse to save their captured friends and stop the robot army. Tommy has a master morpher in this that allows him to morph into any of his previous Rangers. So he can go green, he can go white, he can go red Zeo, he can go red Turbo, he can go black Dino Thunder.
That's a cheat code. But dope.
I thought it was
kind
of cool.
That is super dope.
And so it ends up with 15 Rangers beating thousands and thousands of clones in like 30 seconds.
That's
yeah, and then Tommy saving the day in a more epic way a little bit later against the giant monster.
You gotta have Tommy save the day.
Exactly.
Duh.
So the villains of this series are Galvanax, Madame Odious, Ripcon, and Cosmo Royale.
Wow, Cosmo Royale.
Good name.
Royale with cheese.
All right, last series. Power Rangers Beef Morphers started in 2019, and Season 2 premiered in February of 2020 on Nickelodeon. They are through 9 episodes as of April 25th, but we're not going to go into Season 2 at all because we haven't watched any of it. And it's only like a third of the way in.
And it canceled too for now, or postponed?
Probably. I would assume so. So it's set in the future. A secret agency called Grid Battle Force combines a newly discovered substance called Morphex with animal DNA to create the Power Rangers Beast Morphers team. The Rangers must fight off an evil sentient computer virus named Evox, who is bent on taking over the source of all Ranger power, the Morphing Grid itself.
That sounds intense as fuck.
It's pretty good. I watched the whole series because I kind of wanted to see what they're doing in the new series, right? Like, what are they doing in the latest? The theme is animals, and it gets pretty goofy at the same time because the Rangers are mixed with animal DNA of a cheetah, a gorilla, and a jackrabbit. And they have weaknesses similar to their animal counterparts. So the red cheetah ranger, he literally freezes and can't move if he sees a dog. Because cats and dogs don't get along.
Weird.
The gorilla ranger can't get too hot while fighting because he basically passes out if he gets too hot.
I do not like that.
Here's the best one. The jackrabbit, who's the only girl out of all 5 rangers, because there ends up being 5, gets super tired and run down unless she eats a carrot every once in a while.
Okay, I would have a belt with carrots strapped to me at all fucking times.
But like after every big fight, she's always like, whew, that took a lot out of me. I gotta go get a carrot. It's the weirdest.
Dude?
Like it takes you completely out of it every time. She's like, I need a carrot.
I bet.
The 5th Ranger is a robot that the tech guy created, but he's a robot that also morphs into a Ranger. And the robot looks a little like Blue Centurion.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why this humanoid robot needs a secret identity and to morph into a Ranger. I don't get that. Somebody explain that to me.
Hit me up on Twitter at APA something and alone_podcast.
There we go. But like I said, it's pretty solid. It especially held up against some of the others, like those mid 2000s run. If you're holding up against that, it's definitely worth a watch.
That's awesome.
If they took out the goofy weaknesses, I could probably live with like the Robot Ranger. But I was never bored when I was watching it or wished like I was moving on to something else.
That sounds tight then. I'll have to check that shit out.
Like I did, like when I watched Power Rangers Turbo, I was like, I just want this to be over.
Yeah, dude. Yes. But I mean, my kid likes Power Rangers, or at least will pay attention to it, so I'll fucking watch this shit with her.
So the team members are Devin Daniels, the red Cheetah Ranger. He has the Cheetah Beast Blaster, the Cheetah Claws, and a Beast X Ultra Blaster. Ravi Shaw is the blue Gorilla Ranger, and basically he has a Beast X Blaster as well. Zoe Reeves is the yellow Jackrabbit Ranger and uses the Beast X Blaster. Nate Silva is the Gold Ranger. He has a Striker Saber, and then Steel is the robot. He's the Silver Ranger, and he also has a Striker Saber. And then they've got these support robots. Each of them, there's Cruz, the red support robot, Smash, the blue support robot, and Jax, the yellow support robot. Which they just like carry their shit into battle for them and things like that.
Well, and that's sweet.
They're like goofy sidekicks, and they're kind of annoying. Actually, they do a whole episode about how annoying they are, and like they get upset.
We're not fucking annoying.
So they have the Beast X Zords, and these are they're all vehicles but have a corresponding animal battle mode. So you've got the red Racer Cheetah Zord, the blue Wheeler Gorilla Zord, the yellow Chopper Jackrabbit Zord, the gold Wrecker Mantis Zord, and the silver Jet Scarab Zord.
Okay, those sound fucking cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Later seasons are very CGI heavy with the Zords, and it kind of takes me out of it a little bit.
I miss the dude in a costume.
Yeah. There were no crossovers in season 1, but I think there is one planned for season 2. And then the main villain is Evox, and he's like a digital snake. And he is joined by Scrozzle and Blaze and Roxy, who these two people were supposed to become the Red and Yellow Rangers, but Evox attacked when they were trying to turn them into Rangers and turned them into evil avatars, or like created evil avatars from them that served as antagonists throughout the first season.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds odd.
It's worth a watch. Like it's a fun romp if it's on in the background. Don't take it too seriously.
I'm with it. I'll do some cleaning and throw it on.
And that is the end of part 1, maybe part 2. I think I'm probably going to go split this somewhere else, so there's actually going to be 3 parts of this. So that's the end of part 2 of Power Rangers. Come back tomorrow for part 3, where we finish it out, talk about some of our favorites and the movies. Hit us up on Twitter at APA something, at alone_podcast. And all the music for Podcast About Something is provided by those cats.
You guys stay sassy.
Stay classy.